In 1989, this television set was the height of technology. These sneakers were the most fashionable. This Datsun was the car to be seen in. Michael Jackson was en route to becoming the king of pop. Locals were glued to the box as J.R. Ewing and Sue Ellen drew the biggest local television audience ratings in Dallas. 1989 will also be remembered for the biggest anti-apartheid march. South African youth were in the forefront of anti-apartheid protests. 1989 was the year members of the Bay Hill Football Club in Mitchells Plain established the Bay Hill Under-19 football tournament, now known as the Metropolitan Premier CUP.
The idea came from Bay City Ramblers, who approached me one evening about a sponsorship. I felt working in Mitchells Plain for all those years we needed to put something back because we'd taken out a lot. So that's how the idea was born. I then went to Metropolitan, spoke to people at Metropolitan. They gave me 2,500 Rand. We needed 3,000. I took the other 500 and put it in, and that's how the tournament was born.
Roger Clayton, this is his initiative and his brainchild. He started this event by purely a development event for youngsters of that age group, and that is how it's come about.
Matroosfontein Football Club Under-19 side won the title. Kamal Zaid rose to fame after being spotted at the tournament. Zaid was a member of the victorious Matroosfontein who clinched the inaugural Bay Hill title.
It was just a stepping stone towards bigger things. It was an honor to play in it because I knew if I could do well in that particular tournament that hopefully your light bodies at the time, Santos, and your Cape Town Spurs of the time would see the talent and hopefully get a contract, and that's what happened after the tournament.
And in 1990, St. John's became the second club to lift the trophy. Jamestown, Cathkin scooped the title the following year. Bedswood won it in a dramatic penalty shootout in 1992. Hellenic dominated the competition and won the title from 1993 to 1997. But it was in 1996 when the unknown Benny McCarthy from Seven Stars made headlines. He scooped the top goal scorer and player of the tournament awards. In 1998, Micha Warriors from Port Elizabeth broke Hellenic's dominance. Santos, with Nassif Morris as player of the tournament, scooped the title in 1999 and 2000. Although Santos reached the final in 2001, a new club, Ajax Cape Town, commenced their dominance with players like Romano Scott, Clifford Gobeni and Stanton Lewis. Hellenic grabbed their 6th Premier Cup title in 2002. Wits University won the title in 2003 with the final played at the impressive new Athlone Stadium. As the tournament moved back to Erica Park, Ajax Cape Town held the trophy in the cabinet for 2 years before it was handed to the Harmony Academy in 2006. Bright Stars ensured that the trophy moved out of the mother city in 2007. But an impressive Ajax Cape Town grabbed their 4th title last year. Over the 20 years, many of South Africa's biggest footballers like Kamal Zaid rose to fame at the Metropolitan Premier CUP. And that's the reason why the Metropolitan Premier CUP, as it's now known, is the oldest and most successful youth competition on the continent.
This tournament is a tournament that me as a person, as a coach at SuperSport United, I think I got 5 players from this tournament, straight from this tournament into SuperSport United. So it really shows that this tournament has an impact in my growth as well as a coach. So very, very important tournament. I love it.
It's not only players and coaches, but even some of the biggest match officials in world football started off at this tournament.
With that experience, that has helped me to sort of come through the ranks, to improve my game, to work my way where I am now in the Premier League and as an official on the international list of FIFA.
Metropolitan became the tournament's partner 1 year after its inception, and the tournament has also experienced the company's other commitment and passion for holistic community development. So much so that Metropolitan has invested in further youth football initiatives, partnering with the South African Football Association to form the Metropolitan Under-19 National League, as well as with the Council of South African Football Associations for the COSAFA Under-20 Youth Championships. They most recently launched a new partnership with South African School Football Association to get deeper into grassroots development. Metropolitan is now providing more than just a platform for youth footballers to develop on the field. Each of its tournaments includes life skills symposiums for players, coaches and managers. Various projects have been the beneficiaries of financial contributions or even football equipment. A massive part of Metropolitan's approach is to provide small businesses from the surrounding areas opportunities to render services at events. The Metropolitan Premier Cup has come of age. In 2009, the tournament celebrated its 21st anniversary. As part of this special occasion, the 2009 NPC draw and launch of the competition was held at the Greenpoint Stadium Visitors Centre, in the shadows of Cape Town's 2010 FIFA World Cup venue, the Greenpoint Stadium.
We have an association with the communities where we do our business and where our own staff reside. That association is cemented by a tournament like this, so it is important. It also shows that we are directed at development of our own people, who are our biggest clients. So that association again is important. So we're quite pleased with that.
The 21st anniversary continued with a glittering function at the Radisson Hotel.
We've always been involved in development soccer, as you see, 21 years with this tournament. That's where we belong. I think we belong close to the communities. And I think through the message of soccer, I think we still have a very strong role to play, regardless of 2010 or not. I think there's certainly soccer beyond 2010, and we need to continue to invest in the South African future of soccer.
But the real celebrations were at the opening ceremony. Group A consisted of Bay United, Junction Rovers, Western Province United and defending champions Ajax Cape Town. The defending champions started slow. At half-time they were deadlocked against Junction Rovers. But when the defending champions got their first in the second half through Shahid Mubarak, the floodgates opened. Ismail Stanford doubled the lead. And Kayla Mentor fired an outstanding hat-trick to earn Ajax an impressive 5-0 win. Ajax Cape Town faced Bay United after the opening ceremony, and it was fittingly so, as it proved the match of the tournament up until then. Bay United caused a major upset when they beat Ajax 3-2. The Eastern Cape underdogs took an early lead through Wade Euster. The Urban Warriors drew level within 5 minutes, this after Yazid Davids was fouled in the area. Kayla Mentor made no mistake from the spot to make the score 1-1 at half-time. Brandon Lee Adams put Ajax ahead in the second half, but Bay United refused to lie down. Euster restored parity with another well-taken finish. With 2 wins and a draw, Bay United finished top of Group A log standings, unbeaten and qualified for the knockout stage. Ajax Cape Town managed to scrape through in second place with 2 wins from their 3 matches. Western Province United and Junctions were sent packing to the plate section. Group B included host club Bay Hill United, Belhar Spurs, City Lovers and annual English visitors South Nottingham College. Belhar Spurs were called in as last-minute replacements for Nigerian club Margate FC. In a 5-goal thriller, Belhar Spurs pushed English visitors South Nottingham College all the way. But Spurs ended up losing 3-2 in a thriller-minute clash. City Lovers moved to the top of Group B, this courtesy of a 3-0 win over English side South Nottingham College. City Lovers then beat Belhar Spurs 2-0 to top the Group B log standings with the 100% record. South Nottingham College finished second. Belhar Spurs and Bay Hill United followed. Manchrysters FC Morocco Swallows, Southdown FC and Westridge FNC formed Group C. Morocco Swallows started the tournament badly when Lawrence Mazwai put Man Chrysters in front. But the Duba Birds came from behind to beat Man Chrysters FC 3-1. Swallows replied with strikes from Tobelani Maneli, Mfana Futindowa and Tlhakanipho Ngobese to seal their victory. Morocco Swallows continued their good form with a comprehensive 3-0 win over Southdowns FC. Morocco Swallows took top honours in Group C. Westridge qualified for the last 16 in second place, while Southdowns and Man Chrysters were eliminated. Group D included Ajax Aldos, Avondale Atletico, Dan Malisela's Mamelodi Sundowns and Salt River Blackpool. Mamelodi Sundowns struggled with the windy conditions early on in their opening match, but they regrouped to end up with a comfortable 2-0 result over Salt River Blackpool. Aldos were whipped 6-0 by Mamelodi Sundowns. With a massive 11 goals scored without conceding a single goal, Sundowns qualified for the knockout phase in impressive form. Salt River Blackpool edged ahead of Avondale Atletico on goal difference to qualify for the last 16. Last year's runners-up Bloemfontein Celtic, 2007 champions Bright Stars, Edgemead Goodwood and Hanover Park formed the Group of Death. Bloemfontein Celtic ended last year's Metropolitan Premier CUP on the wrong side of a 6-0 thrashing by Ajax Cape Town in the final. Punya Selesele began this year's campaign in the same fashion, going down by the same scoreline to Hanover Park. Hanover Park sent out a strong message with their group stage performances. Along with Sundowns, they scored 11 goals during the group stages and qualified unbeaten. Bright Stars finished in second place in Group E, but it was farewell to last year's runners-up Bloemfontein Celtic and Edgemead. Tournament debutants Ikapa Sporting, Greenwood Athletic, 2003 winners Engine Santos and the under-19s of German Bundesliga side Arminia Bielefeld were drawn into Group F. After sharing the spoils with Ikapa Sporting, Arminia Bielefeld maintained their unbeaten run when they outclassed Santos. Goals from Gianluca Marzula and Marcus Angsman secured the win. So, Arminia Bielefeld reached the last 16 in their first Premier Cup. Duncan Crow's Santos side was lucky to still be in the contest. The People's team survived to see another day of the tournament by finishing in second spot. Milano United, Old Mutual Academy, Platinum Stars and the School of Excellence were drawn to play in Group G. After their defeat against Old Mutual, Platinum Stars needed a win to have any chance of qualification to the second stages. And so they did. Stars battled to a hard-fought 1-0 win over the School of Excellence. This thanks to Stephen Tony's winner.
Platinum Stars 1, School of Excellence 0.
So that result sent the School of Excellence and Milano United packing their bags. It meant Old Mutual qualified top of the Group G lock standings, with Stars joining them in the last 16 draw. Baltic Rangers, Bidvest Wits, Marties FC and Regersdal formed Group H. Baltic Rangers beat Marties 2-1 in the first Group H match. Regersdal became the whipping boys of the group. Wits trashed them 5-1. 2 early goals from Sbusiso Vilakazi opened the floodgates. Although Wits lost their first match, they managed to win their remaining matches. Along with Marties, the university sides qualified for the knockout stage. Baltic was unlucky as they finished with the same points as Wits and Marties, but their inferior goal difference counted against them. The Ajax Cape Town Mamelodi Sundowns clash was the final everyone predicted, but they met in the last 16. Downs took the lead halfway through the first half. Lucky Nguzane placed this stunning free kick in the top corner of the Ajax goal. The Brazilians doubled the lead when substitute Makase Makudubela scored the second. Ajax's Ismail Stanford pulled a goal back for the Urban Warriors in stoppage time, but it was no more than a consolation. Bay United was expected to have no problems against Salt River Blackpool, but a plucky Salt River side pushed Bay United to the edge. Mandilake July gave United the lead. But Ziad Cooper equalized for Salt River. Then Vuelwetu Dingane put Bay ahead again. However, Jezila kept Blackpool in the hunt. But Wade Uester scored an extra-time winner for Bay United to qualify for the quarter-finals. City Lovers maintained their 100% success rate. Lovers came from a goal down to beat Westridge FNC 2-1. Sanele Ngigi and Peter Mhlauli hitting the target. The African safari of English guest team South Nottingham College was brought to an end by Morocco Swallows. A brace by Nhlakanipho Ngobese gave the Dube Fletchlings a comfortable 2-0 victory. Hanover Park had striker Selo Kakudi to thank for their place in the last 8. Santos managed to overcome some patchy form to squeeze past one of the fancied sides in the competition. An excellent solo effort from Darren Omaticus landed the killer blow moments before the final whistle in the last 16 encounter against Old Mutual Academy. KwaZulu-Natal's only presence in the competition was in the hands of 2007 champions Bright Stars. But Stars found Wits in an uncharitable mood. Lyle Peters struck twice in a 2-1 win for the Clever Boys. The last 8 teams in the competition were Mamelodi Sundowns, Morocco Swallows, Arminia Bielefeld, Engen Santos, Wits University, Bay United, Hanover Park and City Lovers. The German flag continued to fly proudly at Erica. Bielefeld thumped Santos 4-1. Felix Buba headed Bielefeld into the lead. Moments later, he bagged his second. Bay United's impressive run came to an abrupt end. This after meeting Morocco Swallows in the quarter-finals. The Port Elizabeth outfit found Swallows in sublime form. The Dube Fledglings romped in 3 goals to eliminate Bay from competition. Hanover Park had an impressive tournament, but like Bay United, they produced too much, too early in the competition. Wits brought Park down to earth by beating them 7-0. Burley striker Lucky Nguzane again got the Brazilians off to a good start with a composed finish. Boris Fakakaji added a second. The last 4 teams in the competition were Arminia Bielefeld, Mamelodi Sundowns, Morocco Swallows and Wits University. Bielefeld, however, withdrew from the tournament due to conflicting travel arrangements. That meant Swallows had a free ride into the final. The other semi-final between Wits and Sundowns was a tense affair. Jabulani Shombwe gave the Brazilians the lead midway through the first half. Wits was reduced to 10 players when Jake Shrimpton was shown his second yellow card moments before the break. And it was no surprise when Lucky Nguzane doubled the lead in the second period to see the Brazilians through to their first ever Metropolitan Premier Cup final.
Well, yeah, unfortunately we lost the game today against Sundowns, and pity, you know, the boys are a little bit upset, but the minute we lost, we went down to 10 men. It made life very difficult for us, you know, but overall I'm very, very proud of the boys, you know, they've done exceptionally well.
And so Mamelodi Sundowns and Morocco Swallows contested the 2009 Metropolitan Premier Cup final.
Well, heads on, here we go, the moment we've been all been waiting for, the 2 finalists. This is 2009 Metropolitan Premier Cup.
The opening minutes produced a tight contest. Swallows adopted a defensive approach. Sundowns had a few opportunities to take the lead but were unable to convert their chances. The match, however, turned in the 69th minute. Birds defender Sipho Twala, who had marked dangerman Lucky Nguzane tight from the opening whistle, brought him down in the box as he broke free on goal. The match official pointed to the penalty spot. And Dr. Mampuru had no trouble converting the resultant spot kick. And Sundowns had little trouble coasting out the remaining time before breaking into unbridled celebration at the final whistle.
In my first year of coaching at the School of Excellence, I was here as an assistant coach to Sembata, and we came as runners-up to Hellenic. I think that was 2001. And today, some 8 years after, I'm here as a coach of the Sundowns youth. I feel so proud and I'm happy.
I think we defended the first half. They were far superior to us in the technique and that. Second half, we put in an extra striker. We tried to catch them. Unfortunately, it didn't work for us. Well done to Sundowns. All the best for them.
Congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns on winning the 2009 Metropolitan Premier Cup. So, on its 21st anniversary, the 2009 edition of the Metropolitan Premier Cup again proved to be true to its theme, where African legends are born.
We have to say that we're very proud of what the event has achieved. I think once again we've had the community supporting us in the crowd, and we've had a rather high standard of the football on the field, with the champions going out quite early according to their standards. So it has been an exciting week.
Congratulations to the founder members of the Bay Hill Easter Weekend Under-19 tournament.